Yo, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel, man. It is your boy Maziar here, and we are back with another Clash of Clans video. And guys, on to this video, I really wanted to address the comment section on the previous video because a lot of you asked, why did I switch to double clone? Now I'm gonna give you a few reasons why I used to run the single clone and why I switched, and why is which better. Okay, I didn't put it in the title which is better yet. Okay, you need to watch this video because a lot of you been asking for it for so long. I think I've done a video before. If I remember where it was, I'm just gonna link it at the end, but will be an updated version because of the update we just had with the Super Archer nerf and Super Wizards nerf and all that stuff. There is some really good reasons to switch around, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why and in what range of trophies you need to do that, because it's not just I switched just like that. It's nothing like that. It's still, when the season starts, I'm probably gonna go back to one clone. This is just a technical, I would say tactical or something like this, but it's a nice way to get used to the double clone too. Okay, so I really never liked it, but I don't want to hold you here too long. Okay, let's jump into some of these attacks and see why I switched to double clone. Okay guys, first base right here. Now I've hit this base before, like way long ago, but with this army it's a bit different because guys, look, we have a free spell in this army, which means 5 invisibility. It's just about the right amount to take with your army. That's why you're gonna see exactly what happens, because on this base I don't use the warden ability, so I don't need to just spend the warden. I'm just spending loons. This is what I also liked. I just put some loons in there. This is kind of like the Synthes army that a lot of you actually thought about that in the last attacks and last video. But look at this, double cloning into the middle. You saw I lost one archer because it's not really in your control where exactly you want your clone. In single clone, I would have known I'm gonna get 3 archers in the core, but here you can see 1 archer's probably got cloned in the own spot, yes, but look at the value. I have 1 more freeze, and that's the exact same value I would have got with my other spells. So that means 7 invisibility, 1 clone, and 2 rage. But in this case, we have a freeze. Guys, do you know how crazy this army becomes when you actually have a freeze in it? That's insane. How many times, just tell me how many times your champion, you can see the top scatter to the left, how many times you send your champion and the enemy queen absolutely demolished her and you failed an attack just because you didn't keep the champion alive. This is the reason this free spell will be so OP for this strategy. And it's not only about the double clone that got crazy value and I still had the freeze. It's about that extra spell. Why would I not use this? I would have got the same value, but don't worry, we're gonna take a look at what I use these free spells for. This first attack, it's a bit different. Okay, you haven't seen me using a freeze like this because you've probably kind of used to the before the army that I had. But with this one, also the Apprentice Warden is back. I used to run it, I think a month ago or 3-4 weeks ago with my own army, and yeah, overall I saw Synthes attacks and I was like, I think it's worth it to go back to it. I think it's worth it. He pull up a good army, and here on this army I have a Hog Rider instead of a Miner, and it's a bit nice. You saw how I used that freeze to save my champion ability. The Warden also, the mini Warden, giving her so much HP. That champion is not dying, guys. It's not dying. Going through scatter, queen, expose, all that, all this stuff on top. And look at how many barbs I have. This is so crushed. But we're gonna go to the next base and see what I used that freeze for. Okay, we're on the next one, and look at these sweepers. Now, originally with my own army, the original army, 38 super bobs and no free spells, what would I do is to blimp the middle, right? I would somehow find a way to blimp it. It's not the hardest job in the world, okay? They cannot trap it. But on this one, look at this angle. It's so far out left, and I'm gonna pop the warden ability, but look at the freeze. I'm gonna freeze this time the far side sweeper because the left one is not gonna be an issue. And look at this, the moment I pass the wall, I land, no giant bomb there, and the double clone will do its job here. This is why I like it, because it can demolish a base so nice if you have that free spell nicely. And look at this. This time I spent the Warden, but I got the Town Hall. You know how much of a difference that makes. This comes back to the free spell. There is absolutely nothing crazy about what is the difference between double clone and the single clone in general, like their original armies when you're not using a freeze. But I would say the single clone also gives you kind of a disadvantage of time failing. I was failing a lot, guys, with time fails, and I got really mad because I was using the barbs properly, but there's just so many archer CCs, guys. 50 archers in every single attack that I'm doing. It's just up there, man. I don't know how people run it. They are so toxic, but I run it usually too, but like at the end of the season, the last few days, just so I don't get, you know, tripled with the E-dragons for useless, you know, spams. Someone just spam your base with E-drags, you know. But I respect the other people who do surgical E-drag, do some plannings, all that stuff. But the 50 archers is for that mainly, and also the super archer blimp. Now look at this. I used the freeze. I got enough value, but I have one more invis. That's insane. Now I see the queen just dealing with all my stuff, and I have to drop this invis nicely, so I make sure that apprentice warden is also invisible in case the scattershot shoots it. Don't forget, that is 20 housing space. That means it's a dragon, guys. Don't let it just die, okay? Keep him alive. And you're gonna see what I use these 5 barbs for. I'm just going to tank this royal champion as much as I can. The barbs are not to take out the defenses this time. They are there to tank enough for the champion to finish this base off. And that was the other reason why I switched to this army, because sometimes I needed the town hall and I didn't get it. You can see how hard that sui of the town hall was. The way I had to funnel the, you know, monolith for the heroes to go in, it's crazy. Now let's go to the last base, see what is there. One of the most toxic bases ever in Legends is this one. Now I've hit this one in a friendly challenge because the bases I fail, I build them and I put it on my other accounts and I hit them every single time because they're in Legends League. A lot of people run the same base, so if you fail and if you keep seeing the base, you're gonna keep failing on the base. Now look at this. Distracting the lower sweeper, popping the warden ability and freezing that sweeper on the lower side, letting the upside sweeper just push me slightly. It doesn't matter, but look at where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna land right there. Guys, there is nothing in this game that you can do to land your blimp the place that I just did, except using exactly the method I just did in this attack. That's why sometimes you need to be a bit creative, and the free spell give me even more creativity. You know me enough to know I play with sweepers a lot. You know that probably watching this video. But with the free spell, come on. How can you stop such a blimp, bro? There is no way to stop it, you know? You just have to deal with it. But now, this base is really annoying for this strategy. And, you know, sometimes you might just found it a little difficult to reach your blimp the place I did. So I'm going to give you a tip about freezing the sweeper that you're in this video right now. The tip is let the sweeper actually push you, then freeze it. Because what that happens is by the time the freeze goes off, so there is no freeze anymore, the sweeper, because it just pushed you, it's gonna start generating that air again. So it's gonna take another freeze spell for that sweeper to come back all the way down and then push you. That's 2 freeze spells you can use on the sweeper. So that's a little tip for those who want to switch to this strategy, okay? That's a little small tip I can give you. Now, you saw I followed the heroes in with the wall break to try to reach that monolith before I reach the town hall, because the damage will be insane. Now I have the champion opposite side with some archers and barbs to clean up. You saw that super archer value, man. You can't go wrong with it. And the apprentice warden, man, just giving a nice touch in the middle. But yeah, the queen will have access to the town hall. I have 6 bars and 3 wall breakers. Now if you didn't get the core, look at these wall breakers. You can wall break 3 times to that core and get those infernos or the rage towers, but you're gonna always have enough even if you didn't get the exact same value as me. And yeah, this is a crushed base, man. Let's go to the outro. Now guys, with this army right here, this is the army that you have to use. And sorry, yeah, let's just count that out. Sometimes it just get filled. Don't make that clan castle full. This clan castle comes out a bit late. I talked to Itsu about it, so he did a video because he has a higher, like, more audience, so a lot of more people can actually use this clan castle. Some of the people on my channel and also the Telegram channel knows earlier about this than YouTube viewers. Okay, so if you're viewing this in YouTube and you don't know about the Telegram channel, join it. It's like a Discord. There's so much updates there that I talk about. There is a chat, you can talk to people about it. But this is my current favorite super barch army. Now I might count out a loon, just add some minions and clean up, because this army has only one problem, is that well, I don't have minions. And you might be saying, well, what do you use minion for? First thing first, of course, it's good for cleanup, or it's good for, let's say there is 2 cannons, mortar, and all that stuff on one side. You can just draw 1 minion. By the end of the attack, 1 minion is gonna keep, just drilling all that side. But the other reason is air skellies. Sometimes when I blimp the core, because it's a blimp, it goes to the core, and if there's air skellies, they would stay there. But let's say you found a air skeleton trap, something in the middle of the base, somewhere your heroes are suing. I don't want my queen to go wrong, so I always used to pull these air skellies. And actually I did fail a base because of that. I time failed it because they were just staying in my way. There was 3 air skellies staying in my way. That's the other reason why I might add a few minions and just clean up overall. But I don't know if this video was something you were looking for about the double clone. The double clone is nothing like crazy. What makes it crazy is that freeze pull right here. The freeze, the amount of creativity it can give you. It can give you so, like, it can open your arms to another different level of this strategy. Like, it's really unstoppable. Okay, so go on and use this army. I'm gonna have the link of it down below in the description. Again, I might switch up a few things in this army. It has 3 headhunters. I'm fine with that because I'm using the poison lizard actually with the warden, which is really good, because when I sui right now, I try to hold the warden quite more often, but when I sui, I can hold on to a headhunter when I'm going early in the enemy heroes. I talked to that with one of my friends. His name is Paladin, so we talk about that a bit. He takes 3 headhunters right here, and I told him, isn't that a bit less? Imagine you sending one with your warden too, or enemy king always needs 2. He always told me that with the poison lizard, you don't even need to send the early headhunter, not for enemy king, not for suing and finding early heroes. So overall, I'm just trying to explain this army for the people who are trying to find out what is going on in my head when I'm planning these attacks. And yes, for now I've switched to double clone. 2 other reasons for that is the 50 archer clan castle, guys. That clan castle really annoyed me. And why was that clan castle even in legends, I explained, but it's a lot in high legends. It's a lot. Now on this attack it's not gonna be there, but what I'm trying to tell you is when you have so many archers, even if there is so many enemy CC archers coming out, you're gonna hit them a lot more. And sometimes you are just gonna get lucky that when you clone the archers, there is no enemy clan castle in your range, so they target normal stuff. With one clone, it was a bit annoying because once you clone, if only you find one of the enemy CC archers out of 50, that one archer would have followed it. Now it's a tough CC to deal with this strategy, but I found it so much easier to deal with 50 archers when I have double clone, because it's a lot of archers. They kill everything, and they kill the clan castle a lot of the times before all the archers come out, which just shows the strength of that strategy. Now here you saw my blimp. Did I get the value I wanted? Absolutely not. I didn't get 2 infernos, the rage tower. I got 1 scatter eagle and just expos. There is so much base left, but this is why I want to show you the strength. Again, it comes down to strength and how you use your barbs, of course, but just take a look at what happens. I use the king ability early, 1 wall break for the town hall, just making sure the funnel is set on the top left side. Warden ability just as we are going to that monolith. And look at this, champion with the mini warden in the core. You don't see me do that, but again, it comes down to creativity, to your hands being open to new stuff, because that champion, I know it's gonna go to monolith, enemy queen, multi inferno, maybe some skeleton traps, but look, some few headhunters, and I have a freeze. Beautiful freeze. It's done. I don't have to like time everything perfectly with the headhunters, get some spring traps, be unlucky with the way the headhunters work. This is so much easier to just demolish a base. I have 3 heroes alive after that small super archer value. I've seen a lot of people in chat or just anywhere else, they don't see the archer value. They think you need to get a lot, which is never the case. You just need a good funnel, and if you can hold your warden with this strategy, you saw the power, man. It's insane how strong it can be, especially with this new army. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something new, and learned why I chose to go with the double clone right now. And overall, I hope you absolutely smash your last week in the Legends League. Make sure you watch all these attacks that I'm uploading. And by the way, the attacks are sometimes a bit like behind. So right now, I still have 2 days of attacks because I got a lot of triples. So the attacks are just adding up. So don't worry, I've actually switched to this army like, I think it was 2-3 days ago. I hit a lot of friendly challenges. Now for people who are using the one clone for a long time, you need to start doing friendly challenges right now for the double clone if you want to switch, because it's just not that easy and simple to double clone and get the best value out of 5, only 5 invisibility spells. Okay, that will be all the tips that I could have give you. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day so far, and I hope I see you soon on the next one. So take care and peace.